Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, and to another edition of starting the second year of Ian Friday. Last year, I hope most of you caught it, was the anniversary edition, and now we're starting this is our first episode of year 2 for Ian Friday. So I said
Friday.
And a shout out to Jayden Suh. Jayden Suh is a Value Channel member. His link is down in the chat. Shout out to his channel, and Gracie Shack is on the panel, and shout out to her who's a Value Channel member.
Oh, you have a small animal behind you, Paul.
That's Piccolo.
Oh, Piccolo.
Piccolo.
Yeah, it's a cat.
Sorry
I
about
thought it's
she's gonna scratch me.
It's definitely not.
She only loves Lisa.
Put me down.
Oh, that's so cute.
Lisa rescued her from at her work. You know, the shipping docks. She works for a printing company. That's how we met. I used to work there. So, funny, that's how I met my ex-wife too at work. I guess people when I was working, girls weren't safe. Anyway, she found this cat. She found this cat in the docks. It was shivering and cold. It was almost around winter time, and you heard a noise, and it was in one of those plates where the semis back up, and then the back of the semi pushes on them, and it lifts up the gate over so that the people with fork trucks could go inside. So, Piccolo was like shivering and trying to find shelter there.
Oh.
She's lucky she didn't get like squished by a semi.
Oh, wow.
Just not subject to being squashed by a semi.
Yeah.
I saw my second hedgehog of the year yesterday.
Oh, you saw a hedgehog?
Yeah, but I didn't squash it, Ian. I accidentally kicked it.
No. I mean, this is the second one I've seen this year, and guess where that were? Again, squashed.
I don't know. I can't remember where the first one.
Not by the roadside.
By the roadside squash, yeah. That's where the
it was squashed.
Oh, squashed.
That's.
I think they need.
Why would you bring that up?
They need to be taught how to cross over the road, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Or we need some little bridges, some little underpasses.
Can you imagine a little hedgehog with a little like lollipop sign saying stop?
I think there were one. Were there? In a children's illustration book, there was a picture of a little hedgehog with a lollipop stick that said
going,
stop.
Stop with the hedgehogs.
You know what? Leave it to Ian to take my loving heart story and make it more
dark side of the force.
Messed up, man. It's really messed up.
Messed up.
What are we painting today, Ian Jackson?
That's a good question.
We are going to be.
Let him tell
no, you're the host. You can tell me if you want.
Okay, Ian Jackson is painting. I don't know if it's one poppy flower or more. It's and it's inspired by a photo that I think he took of a poppy flower that he found in his yard or near where he lives.
Yeah.
A beautiful poppy flower that was pinkish purple.
So what it is, it's not a normal. Oh, go on.
Well, before you tell you more about what you're painting today, I just want to say hello to the people in the chat. That's Mystic Unigon. Hello, Jayden Suh. Hello, Value Channel member. I said his link is down below. Shout out to Jayden Suh, Mystic Unigon, Goswina, and
Chrissy here.
Yeah, Chrissy Canvas Art and Grayscale Painting. Edward Smart. Edward
Oh.
Smart, nice to see you here. And I don't think you've been to this live stream before. Welcome, Edward Smart. And
we have a 20 like challenge as well.
the 20
So,
thumbs up challenge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thumbs up.
thumbs up,
Oh,
get them
John
thumbs
Quinn.
up in.
Hello, John Quinn.
Hello, John Quinn.
A Magnificent Germany with Darren. Hello.
Oh.
Wow, we got a lot of good
Okay.
people today.
Yeah, it's crack.
So-
It's crack on time.
So
Oh,
it's not
copyright.
far off. We're nearly ready for getting set up and ready.
Yeah.
So let me introduce my friends who are going to be in the background, chit chatting and talking about everyday
Yeah.
life.
Quit
So
your
just
jibber-jabbing.
up here we've got Gracie,
Hello.
and then
Great. Yes.
over in the top left
Why not?
we've got Diane,
No. I always get that wrong every time I do
and
the camera thing.
over there, to my left, we've got
That was the easiest one. Doing
the
the
great
down one.
Yoda impersonator and general conversationalist. Oh,
Yeah. See, can you do your Yoda before we begin? Please.
well,
do
I'll
Yoda.
do one so he can calibrate himself properly, because last week's Yoda were terrible. Then you should speak like Yoda. Do you want?
Yes. Yes.
You're getting better. You're getting better.
It's getting better.
I thought it was Chewbacca that you did last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let us not be any more frivolent with our time and crack on. Crack on. It's crack on time.
Yeah,
Crack on.
Well, I look like Chewbacca, kind of.
No, you
Okay.
don't.
I didn't
With the
want to
long
say.
hair.
I didn't want
I'd
to
rather
say.
be Chewbacca than Meatloaf.
La, la, la.
How do you know that Meatloaf weren't an extra as a Chewbacca?
He could have been.
I'll never live that down now, will I? That'll be like when I
Oh,
ventured
wow.
into acrylics. I never heard the end of when I went into acrylics. It was like, oh, you're a traitor now. How dare you go into acrylics?
Leaving the cause. Anyway, so let's.
So you want to be a big screen?
Yes, let's
Yes,
get up
please.
there. Let's crack on.
Crack on.
Crack on.
Get your crack on. And your whips and all sorts.
I'm not sure about the whips.
Well, maybe no. No whips involved.
I'll leave that in your department, Grace.
Thank you. Yes, I thought you might.
You're in charge. You're in charge of whips today, Gracie.
Everybody better look out.
Special job. Your special job today. So you have got one other thing to actually do.
Yes.
And what's that, Gracie? What's the job? Special job?
I've got this one. What kind of paper are you using and paints, Mr. Jackson?
Well, you'll be quite interested to know that today my paper is Milford by St. Cuthbert's Mill.
Yeah.
Which is the same company that make Saunders Waterford. It's 100% cotton paper. It's lovely to work on. It's one of my favourite papers. And it's cold press, not.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, my
So we're all singing off the same song sheet, aren't we?
Yeah,
That's what the paper is.
Mm-hmm.
It's being held down by these bull clips on a piece of board. Because we didn't always talk about the board. I tell you what, this is a bit of grey board. What you have at the back, you know when you get like little drawing pads.
Yeah.
You always get a piece of hard board.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just put it on back of that, and it's fine.
Oh,
That's what I put. That's what I do.
That's very
So
cool.
that's what that is. Our watercolor paper paint. My white knight is set.
Awesome.
So I'm just trying to get used to this new one.
I do like that pink colour. That really.
Which one? That one there.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, it's a bit semi-mauve.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, different people's idea of mauve is
yeah.
different. It is a pinky colour, but it's
Bit of purple as well.
a bit. I might use it. I might use it.
Right.
But let's just have a quick look at some brushes I've got at my disposal today. I may not use all of these.
I do
I've
like
got
brushes.
I've got Old Faithful, even
Yeah.
though it's damaged and beyond repair. I patched it together. I love using this as a big mop brush.
That is a very
Great.
nice brush.
I have a question, Mr. Jackson.
Yeah.
And then there's another question for somebody in the chat.
All right. Well, let's
what brand of clips do you have,
Well,
Mr.
there we go.
Jackson?
That was the question from the chat.
What brand?
John wants to know.
The unbranded, but you can get them from most. I got these from B&M, which is a British shop.
Ah.
Right. No, tell a lie. I bought these from Range.
Oh, the range shop. I haven't been in there.
The Range. If you go in there, you know, their art and not craft, but, you know, stationery department. They have these.
Wow.
I like the range shop.
You know what? They're pretty shiny. What kind of gloss paint would you say that is, Ian Jackson?
I would call them stainless steel.
They are shiny.
But it looks. Oh, there you go. Okay, it looked black there for a minute. I see.
All right. No, it's just contrast of light shining on. Yeah, they're just basically either aluminium or stainless steel. Because if you don't have stainless steel or aluminium, if you use them for a while, unfortunately, cheaper ones end up starting to go rusty, and then when rust starts coming up, that bleeds onto your paper. So don't do any like that. Try and get some good stainless steel ones. I'll just show you very briefly some other ones you can get from another shop. I think it's B&M. If I can get to them.
Yeah.
Where are
I
you?
do like
I bet they're not there.
I do like your big palette there.
All right. Yeah.
There we go. Do you know, it's a hard
These
thing.
are quite good. They cost me £1
Yeah.
from B&M.
Uh-huh.
And the little mini clips. Like that.
Oh. Oh, they're good. I like the small ones.
They do the job just as well. They're only small ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can pin them down all the way around like that. And keep moving them and what have you as you need to.
And you know, since I've started doing that with the bulldog clips, my paper hasn't buckled nearly as much as it did before.
Well, it prevents it from buckling as much. The problem is with buckling is if you tie it down all the way around the edges, it's got nowhere to move when it does bulge. Therefore, it distorts it.
Yeah.
When it comes back down distorted. So what this is, it's got enough space for it to move. It's only held, but it's held in place. So when it does go back down, it goes back down in its original position in a relaxed way.
See, I didn't know that.
That's why they use them.
Prep is very important, right, Ian?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you know, some galleries will not accept your painting unless it's absolutely flat.
Really? I did not know that.
Absolutely. Ah. You know, if it's got a slight kink in it, they can you know, get a bit mangy about it. So yeah. So, but then again, I mean, if you do have a little bit of bumping in it, you can always get an iron on back of it and
Do you know what I like about the artist community on YouTube? I like it that we're all different levels. Everybody's at their own different pace. There are some that are beginners. There are some that are more advanced. And I think I learn from everybody. You know, I learn from you, Gracie, Sabrina, Diana. You know, it's amazing the amount of people that are, you know. Yeah.
It's very difficult today with this one to absolutely pin down where the light is coming from on this, because I think it will basically virtually directly over it, the light. So light isn't that big a thing today, but what we do want to look at is the translucentness of the if you've ever seen a poppy, they've got a translucent, like crepe paper kind of feel to them.
Yeah, I find that really tricky to paint.
And that is quite difficult.
Yeah.
But right, let's see. Let's test everybody. This is a very, very pinky purple colour. This, right, pinky purple. So if I were to do a contrasting colour, what colour would that be?
A contrasting colour.
Yellowish green.
Yeah.
Not far off. What would you get? What would you get if you added like a light green to a yellow? Well, you might do. I don't know.
See, this is where I struggle with colour.
I forget that name. I forget that name of that yellow green color. I forget. There's a name for that yellow green color. I forget that name.
Well, you definitely get a sap. So the background. What I'm gonna do with the background is have elements of green in it. It's gonna have elements of yellow, and to add contrast to that, and to complement the pink, I'm gonna add orange. There you go.
Yeah.
The light green and the yellow, yeah. But it's going to be a very light orange, right?
Yeah, all the background is going to be very, 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 very light. Almost non-existent. But we still need to put it in there to give it some context.
And I venture to guess that you picked this type of paper, cold press not, because it's a little bit of best of both worlds, where you get a little blending effect, but because this poppy is so detailed, you need you don't need full cold press.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would look nice with a rough paper, but
chartreuse. That's what I was thinking. The word chartreuse.
Right.
Thank you.
But I think it's best keeping it in the middle ground, because it's already the painting itself will have lots of striation and all that kind of stuff that I don't want to get it mixed up with the patination of the paper. So keeping it at the knot level. I mean, this could also be a good candidate for a hot press painting.
Yeah.
Because it's a botanical and you bring in detail out. Not that I want to bring too much detail out, but anyway, we're going to have to crack on because it's 10 past. Crack on! So what I'm going to do first is get as much. I'm going to try to avoid as best as I can the flower itself, right? But I'm just going to get a good puddle.
Is Chrissy in the chat?
She certainly is.
Oh, well, you better crack on, because somebody needs to check up on her. She's probably going to have a stroke by now.
She probably has a stroke on. I've been keeping up with the chat pretty good with the texting in the chat. We've got Mr. Unigon, Alicia.
Yay.
Alicia's got a new channel, guys, and it's called Paper Whispers from the Past by Alicia.
Oh.
That's a cool.
What is that all about, Alicia?
I think it's paper.
I was asking her about that the other day. It's about her paper crafting, but she loves vintage, so it's vintage paper crafting.
Vintage. What, actually making paper or
Oh no, not making paper, like making cards, making junk journals and other paper crafted things, but not making handmade paper.
It's quite a popular thing to do, isn't it? That
It is very popular.
So I've got a rough outline of water all the way around my flower. All right. So let's now mix up.
I've been putting off painting a poppy because I didn't really know how to do the that texture that I have on the petals.
Yeah, well, it's all about being very, very transparent.
Yeah.
And right, so I've got like almost an acidy yellow. If you've ever, you know, acidy yellow, but a bit lemony, but not as, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
But not banana-y yellow.
Banana.
Right, so
kind of a little bit like neon yellow.
Well, not as close as neon yellow. That's too acidy.
Yeah, that's what I just said, a little bit like that.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go woo.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Whooshy, whooshy, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Whooshy, whooshy, whooshy.
Whooshy, whooshy, whooshy.
And then put a little happy little squirrel in the bottom left-hand corner.
Happy squirrel. Happy fluffiness. Woo! We've got to step it up this week because last week we were too dry.
Oh, Chrissy says Chrissy says just spit it out, Ian.
Spit it out.
Get it
right,
out. Yeah.
Now I'm going to get a really, really light limey yellow. Limey green, sorry. And add that into me.
Oh, that's nice.
Acidy yellow. And it go, there you go. That's that, and then you can just again whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. We're wanting things to mix but be very blendy.
What's the colour name of that green, Mr. Jackson?
That one there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's like a lemon green.
Oh. Okay.
It's one of White Knight's colours.
I love White Knights. They're really affordable, aren't they? And they're very, very good.
They are. Right. So I've got some like, it's like peach. This. So I'm gonna add it to that.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna add some orange. And this is going to be it's a slight contrast to the yellow. It adds that contrast, but it also is a complement of the flower that we're going to be painting. It's the exact opposite of the flower.
Yeah, it looks a bit like Yoda green. Yoda green.
Right. Then.
No, incidentally, I was going to. I ended up getting a new frame, a frame for Goswina's painting for me. It was custom. It had to be custom because we don't do centimeters. And I was gonna get her some White Knights, and they didn't. In the frame shop, it's a Hobby Lobby, so everyone in the States knows. Oh, they have them there. Oh, okay, Gracie said that.
Yeah, I think Hobby Lobby. Oh,
in Hobby Lobby.
Craft, thank you.
Yeah, but they didn't. Hobby Lobby didn't have any of them. I think they're on lower grade paints.
Yeah,
I won't bother with any paints that are in a Hobby Lobby, to be frank.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'd go for Amazon if you can, because at least you'll get something that.
If you look really hard, you'll find good color pencils, but you have to look really hard. The Prism, and then the Pick pens, they have them.
Yeah.
Hobbycraft, that's the name. Yeah, well done there, Chrissy, because I was getting confused between Hobby Lobby and Hobbycraft.
Oh.
Well, it's equivalent in America, isn't it?
It is, yeah. They're pretty similar.
I think the actual equivalent in America is Artist Loft.
Oh.
Oh, I haven't heard of them.
Yeah.
Oh, blind guy.
Hello, blind guy.
Hello, 1SP. Thank you for sharing sharing out.
Yeah.
Hello, blind guy show.
Hello.
I'm just getting rid of some of the
We've got a message from Mr. Paul here. Alicia says, please, someone say hello to Paul. I recognise his voice this time. I didn't have to ask who the other person was on panel. Yay.
How about that? I guess people say that. They say, man, what's that voice? I remember that voice.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There you go.
I should be on radio. Huh?
Star is born.
Does everyone think I should be on radio?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Right. Chat amongst yourself while I do a bit of drying.
Jibber jabber.
Jibber jabber.
Jibber jabber Jaffa cake.
And special hello to 1SP, who I don't think has come to this live stream before. Nice to see you. A friend of mine from Geo's channel, Team Build with Geo. That's how I know 1SP. So nice to see you here, I think, for the first time.
And we have 11 wonderful people watching and 15 likes.
Yay!
Come on, David. Come on, David.
I'm just going to
Gaswina mentioned that everyone knows my voice, but I don't know if that was a good compliment or a bad compliment.
I would say that was a good compliment, Paul. Yeah. Yeah. Now, you see, it's funny because everybody says, oh, I really like your English accent. And when I play back any, video or whatever, I hate listening to myself.
Oh, you're doing too hard on yourself. Your voice is lovely.
Really? Oh,
yes.
I've thought about that, doing Podcast Mystic.
I absolutely hate listening to myself.
That's because you just have to listen to yourself more on recordings, and you'll get used to it.
Yeah.
Imagine what I would sound like if I had a fancy, smashy microphone like Ian.
Fancy, smancy. Why? What microphone has Mr. Jackson got, Mr. Paul?
Why? What?
What kind of microphone has he got? Do you know which brand?
You know what? I don't know. We can ask.
He's just making fun. He's just joking.
You're gonna ask Ian when he's done with his little drawing.
I will.
But,
yeah.
I have a very good popular one that a lot of pros use.
Oh, you've got a posh one. You've got what's it called, Diana?
Yes, it's a Yeti. It's a Yeti Nano.
That was it. Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
how much was it, Diana?
Oh, it's less expensive than the original Yeti, and so this was $99.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Thank you for channel donations and for the channel memberships that help me to get this new microphone.
Awesome.
Wow, that's very cool, Diana. I've got a Blue Yeti microphone tool, and apparently they're like one of the best ones you can get for like YouTube and things like that.
Yeah, mine's the Blue Yeti Nano, which is the less expensive version of the original Yeti.
Oh wow!
No, I didn't see the dog that Will's trying to get. Jaswina.
Yes, you need to check Facebook. It's the cutest little dog.
I'm just laughing at Tony. Anthony says, "Buy Gracie a T-shirt that says straight out of Downton." Downton Abbey. Great scale.
I am back. I is back.
Hello, Mr.
That was a long drying process, Ian. I thought you were drying a whole entire house there for a minute.
Yeah, me too.
There's a reason for that, right? When it's 100% cotton paper,
They are.
it takes a little bit longer to dry. That's the only downside of
Hello, Steve Stack.
paper.
I'm just getting the hello.
Hello, Lee Stack and Noning Armel Amerique from Cameroon, Africa.
And Steve Stack is
wow.
Mr. Jackson's #1 fan. Yeah.
Yes, IamTraciLeee Stack.
There you go.
There you go.
Shout out to Steve Stack's Booze. Mr. Unigar, she was gifted $50 to a blue snowball ice, which is like the generic Yeti.
Yes, the Snowball is a good mic.
Wow, Mystic, that is pretty cool. Wow.
You just what? You just plug it into your laptop or computer, PC, whatever.
Yes.
So it's pretty easy.
I did have because of I have one of the newest laptops that would which now they have a different kind of USB port. It's smaller, so I did have to have a little adapter to be able to. But that's it. You plug it into one of the ports, which is the new size USB port that they have for Apple now.
Hello, Carolyn, to be free.
Well, I don't know if they have it for all techs.
Hello, Carolyn.
Hello, Carolyn.
Carolyn, to be free.
So I hear that you want to know what microphone I've got.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were wondering that in the intermission, weren't we, Mr. Paul?
Well, have a guess. You know, I'm Mr. Tech guy.
Blue Yeti microphone, maybe?
A lavalier.
Come on, I'm a tech guy.
Oh.
You know,
Which one?
audio and video matter to me. So come on, have a guess what I got.
Well, unless you're a nerd, you won't know.
Well,
I've got the microphone that's on end of my Logitech C920.
oh, okay.
That's it.
So it's a Logitech
And
microphone.
it's not bad. That's
No.
that's a pretty good microphone.
Hey,
It's the microphone that comes. It's the microphone that comes as standard with the
Yes.
the Logitech, and that's all I use.
And it's
Oh, nice.
and that's good. It's good.
You don't need another one other than that, unless you're doing very specialized recordings.
Yeah.
And if I were going to do that, I'd go out to a music shop and buy a proper microphone. You know, a low impedance direct microphone from a music shop.
We've got something from Gazwina. Gracie, look at my Facebook. She is so cute. I will do, Gazwina. I certainly shall. Yeah, I'll have a look after the stream, because if I go popping on other things, I tend to it freezes my StreamYard thing. If I click on on anything, Mr. Jackson, it just kind of freezes the screen for some reason.
It can do.
I don't
Sounds
know.
like your graphics card's not up to scratch.
But you're not. But Gracie, you're not following StreamYard, aren't you? Aren't you in YouTube right now?
I am in YouTube right
So
now.
from YouTube, you can just go look in Facebook.
Oh,
If you're
okay.
on your iPad, you can click off and go into you can click off and go into Facebook.
Okay, I will do that. Carolyn, to be free, says she thinks she might have a vodka and tomato juice. Why I'll enjoy the community.
Nice. No, that's good.
There you go.
Bloody Mary.
Okay, cheers, Carolyn.
Oh yeah, cheers.
So I've just now that's dried. All I've done is I've just put another layer of very dry. You know what we did the other day, Diane,
What?
with that painting where we put a light colour underneath a darker green?
Yes.
That's exactly what we've done here.
Right. Standards. I guess that seems to be a standard technique.
Well, it works. I don't know if it's a standard technique, but it works. So
yes.
if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I'm going to put some flicks and flecks of here and there.
Here we go. I'm typing in the chat.
Orange.
Talk about multitasking. Oh dear.
Pretty soon you're going to need to be sponsored by Logitech and Jaffa Cakes.
Yeah, and Jack Daniels. Don't forget Jack Daniels.
Oh yeah, that's one too. Yep. Yeah, but you say that there's nothing in that laminate cup of yours.
Yeah, there isn't tonight. No.
Mm-hmm.
So we started to get some nice
Oh my goodness.
some nice values in, and now I'm gonna get this orangey yellow.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna mix it with a bluey colour. What's that gonna make?
I just want to say thank you.
Say that again. I was reading the chat.
Yeah. I'm
Orange,
just
Red and blue.
orange,
Orange.
and blue. What's
That's
that
gonna make like a gray.
Gonna make it, yeah, so like a neutrally brown.
okay. Those are really interesting colours. Those pastel colours, Mr. Jackson. That the white nights.
Which they are. I like them. That's why I put them inside this main.
I like that sort of. Is it an emerald green, teal green? That green where the one on the second row from the, which would be your, I don't know, which left side of the palette, next to the blues. I see it there, just there. No, Lily, keep going.
That one there.
Yeah. No.
It's like a teal.
Is that a teal?
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah, green can be a bit of an awkward colour, can't it, with watercolour? It can be kind of a bit.
Can be.
You know.
So again, I'm using this brush and I'm just feathering like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And creating area. And you can do this for quite a while, building it up. And, you know.
Yeah.
And
I'm trying to catch up with the chat. Chat's doing really well, guys. It's popping. Yeah, I'm just gonna thank you, Caroline. I did see that they were asking about my mum. She's doing a lot better. She's started to eat more since she had her surgery, which is awesome. Which was that was the biggest thing.
That's good.
So hopefully within like a few weeks and months, hopefully she'll gain a bit more weight, and then if she gains a bit more weight, she'll be able to, you know, be a lot, you know, be a lot more, you know, be able to walk about more. And she's having physiotherapy as well soon. So yeah, so thank you for all the questions. Yeah, keep popping questions in.
Yeah.
If any of you got a painting question, we can relate them back to Mr. Jackson.
yeah. And I'm trying to like really get colours to be bits that are not blending and bits that are.
Mystic says, "Wow, I step away for a couple minutes and the background became amazing."
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. If you look where flowers like it's in the back of the garden, hidden away this, and there's lots of little plants and things like that, and you know, nodules kind of.
Yeah.
You know, it's all a big like jumble of nature.
Yeah. They kind of pop up. Poppies, you know, I think they sell seed, don't they? So if you see.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what this were. A couple of years ago, we planted some seed in there. Now it happened, and all of a sudden now, in the last couple of weeks, they've popped up. So it decided to take a break last year.
Yeah.
I don't think poppies actually come out absolutely all the time every year.
They don't last very long. That's the trouble.
Oh no! I mean, this one's gone now.
Yeah.
I had a look at it, took a photo. The day later, I went to go and have another look at it, and it had all withered away and died.
Yeah. Alicia says she doesn't have any questions, but she has compliments. Would that work?
Yeah, that's great. We always like a bit of compliment.
Yeah, no,
Especially if it's in his coffee. Especially if it's in his coffee. Compliment.
Yeah.
Coffee compliment. Does anybody use that? Coffee compliment?
Do you know what? I think that's what YouTube needs more of, compliments.
What coffee compliment?
Yeah, definitely.
And
We have 17 thumbs up, everybody.
All within the first hour, 17.
That's pretty good. And then we've got
Thank you,
13
everybody.
people watching. 13 people watching, which isn't bad. Yeah.
I'm just starting to get some light areas of darkness, if you can have that. Right, so I think that before it starts getting too muddy and what have you, we're going to pull bits off it and texturize it. We'll get another dry. Now, if y'all want to come back up on screen for a bit while I'm drying, by all means, do so.
Okie dokie.
And,
now here we go. Now here's something that's cool to say. Alicia says, this is for Mr. Jackson. Ian makes watercolor painting look more beautiful than any other media. OMG.
Oh, thank you.
We're all on screen now, just temporarily while he dries.
Oh,
right, I'm just going to switch off a second while I'm drying.
Right, you are. Oh no! Don't do that. Don't do that to the people, Diana. Not me.
Okay, well, I don't. It may be kind of interesting to people.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's what. Yes, it will be interesting.
It's more interesting than watching him dry. Maybe I don't know. We're not really doing much interesting things. I don't know how much interesting we are more than looking at somebody drawing something.
Every week when we do this, I'm sat backstage and I'm thinking, why am I nodding my head in agreement? Because none of you guys can see. I'm just like, yeah.
No, we can have interesting conversation without.
That's true.
Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to get him back on full screen.
There's nobody there.
You're under the couch.
There's nobody there. It was Childbacker. That's who it was. Yeah.
Just tell him I'm in the kitchen.
Oh, oh, big screen again. Yay. I think I have an allergy to being on the big screen, Diana.
An attitude?
An allergy.
Allergy. 18 thumbs up already, and we haven't even hit an hour. 42 minutes. 18. That's almost a record. 18 thumbs up in 42 minutes.
That is pretty darn cool, Diana.
Oh, hello, Designs by CADPRO, a value channel member. His link is down below in my description box. Shout out to Designs by CADPRO, a wonderful art channel. Please check him out. His link is down below in the description box. That's Designs by CADPRO.
Yeah.
Please.
Was it? Who was it? Paul? Is Paul back? I can. Let me see.
I'm back. I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm back. I had to stuff my face real quick.
You know he's back.
What us Americans say, stuff our face.
Stuff our face. Yeah.
Let's do in the face.
Say what?
Let's do in the face.
Stuff your face, Ian. Stuff.
No, I'm just saying it in Yorkshire language. Let's stuff in the face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Sorry, I apologize for the.
No, you did it right, because when I'm there in England and I hear my family speak, I have to say what 3 times.
You have to say what? Can you understand me? That's got me worried.
Yeah, you're not too bad.
Thanks.
No, Chrissy, he said stuff his face, not stone his face.
Well, we could do that too.
Oh, no.
Oh, Mystic Unicorn said she stuffed her face with garlic noodles.
Garlic noodles?
Sounds pretty good. Garlic noodles.
Garlic
Mystic,
noodles.
good talk.
Are those the same noodles from Ian's pantry?
Pot
I
noodle.
don't know.
Pot
We better,
noodle.
you better
No,
check
we've-
the date on that if
we've
it
had-
came from Ian's pantry.
We've had them put in special isolation measures.
Oh, that's hilarious. Hey, pot noodles used to be like, quite popular, wasn't it, Mr. Jackson? Pot
Well,
noodles.
do you know what? They reckon that if a nuclear war started off, if you got a boatload of pot noodles, you'd survive.
Oh yeah, you could.
Because they last forever.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's very true.
They last forever unless they're in Ian's pantry. Then they don't last forever.
Oh come on, that one particular one were from 1987. I mean,
That's crazy.
1987. Oh my goodness, 1987. Oh.
I mean, I've got records that have actually biodegraded during that period of time.
My goodness.
Did you? I bet you ate it too, didn't you?
What, the record?
No, the 1987
No,
noodles.
the reason why it wasn't eaten in 1987 is because we bought a load. These things were new. We got them in. Well, I didn't get them in. My mum got them in. And for the novelty, everybody tried one, and we went, they're horrible. And there were one left in back at cupboard, and there it's been ever since.
And they've been there ever since.
What brand was it?
Whoever pot noodles made by.
Ramen noodles?
I don't know.
I
Not
don't
a
know.
clue.
Ramen
I have
noodles
to
are the bomb, man.
I don't know.
No, I don't know either. Chrissy says, "You're so dirty, Ian. LOL, you crack me up." That's funny. Now here's a little tip from Gazwina, and I second that, Gazwina. If there is nothing else to eat, you be happy to have something to eat. Ha ha ha. Yes.
That's it. If you were on a desert island and there were only that available, you'd be in trouble, wouldn't you?
Can I just put my 2 cents worth in? If you were on a desert island with Johnny Depp, I just wanted to put that in there.
Why would you want to be on a desert island with Johnny Depp? He'd eat all your food.
Wow. Yeah.
There's a question for the chat. I have a question for the chat.
Oh, go on then. Carry on.
While Ian is painting this masterpiece,
Yeah.
people put in the chat, if you were stranded on the desert island, what 3 things would you have to have on that island?
Oh, Jaffa
Just
cake,
3.
hot noodles.
And I'm talking food-wise. Obviously,
You're only talking about food.
Yeah.
Food? This early into the show?
Hot noodles, coffee cakes, and
Spam.
tea. There you
Spam.
go. There's my 3.
What are they, Gracie?
Hot noodle, Jaffa cakes, and tea.
And tea, that'd be good.
Yeah, and Johnny Depp.
Those are sensible.
Thank you.
What are you going to eat, Johnny Depp?
Yeah, well, no, I'm not. The Islanders might. Yeah, you never know.
Whatever happened to Bono all of a sudden? Has he?
Oh well, no, Bono's still in. Oh no, Bono's still.
Has he gone off your radar?
So Johnny would be feeding you the pot noodles while you're underneath.
I think Bono would be doing the feeding there, guys.
Oh, now there's 2 guys now.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going over and above a quotation. Like that person. It's like that person who wants to take free lots of baggage rather than the 2 allowed.
I know.
You'll pay the extra baggage fee for it.
I'll tell you one thing.
It'll be worth it for her.
If you guys knew how red I was right there backstage.
Woohoo!
Oh, now hold on. I've missed a question. Chrissy says, read my question, Paul.
Have we got a question? Read my question.
We have questions for Paul.
Tea and honey.
Ask
like that.
Ian, while the shortage of blue roll was
good.
on,
Well-
hold on, what was his main priority was to use for it?
Obviously, it's a critically important part of my creative art process. So, one roll for art, one roll for scraping your bum art.
That's a very good answer.
You've got to have a balance.
Yeah. Well, there you go, yeah. You have to have a
And if
balance.
push came to shove, I'd use a dot leaf if I had to.
Well, exactly. Thank you. Yes. Yeah.
Been there before today.
I know what the 3 would be for me. Pina
Oh.
coladas, turkey,
Oh, well.
mixed vegetables.
Mixed
Oh,
vegetables.
very healthy. Much healthier than mine.
Ooh, turkey. Did you say turkey?
Yes, because that's something that's healthy, and I need the vegetables too.
Well, you do.
We have another question from Mr. Jackson from Christy. I'll try and ask this without laughing, but I might fail. Christy asks Ian, what did he wipe his bum with? Ask him
Right.
that well.
What did I wipe my bum with? Toilet paper. Honestly, there weren't that big. There weren't that big emergency with regards to toilet paper around our.
Well, there wasn't here either, to be true.
No, not really.
Yeah, it was crazy out here. I don't know what was going on. It was nuts.
It's because you're mad Americans. You've got that like. You've got that. What is it like? You think end of world's going to come any moment, so you like gather guns and weapons and what do they call them? Them people who do all that kind of stuff.
Oh, you mean preppers?
Preppers.
Survivalists.
Yeah, survivalists, preppers.
Preppers, yeah.
Preppers.
Yeah.
And they went out and got all toilet paper, and that meant that none of you had no toilet. You know, just be mellow about it and go and get your normal amount of toilet paper that you use. You know, it's a normal cycle.
Yeah.
It's a normal cycle. People go to the toilet on a regular basis. You know how much toilet paper you need. Don't panic.
Oh, I'm sorry, I messed up. Not turkey, hamburgers. I mean, sorry, hamburgers.
Oh, there's not a lot of difference between hamburgers and
Oh,
turkey,
they taste.
is there?
To me,
Not
they taste
really.
better than turkey.
I think you'll find the taste a lot better than turkey. Turkey is really, really dry.
Yeah, that's why I would like gravy on them. The gravy on it. So,
Oh, well, that's good because Paul on his desert island is going to be taking some oxos with him. So if you go on Paul's desert island,
Yeah.
if you go on Paul's desert island,
Yeah.
you'll be able to make some really good quality gravy.
Yeah, because you're gonna get
this is funny.
sick of the same stuff over and over. So when you find like twigs and leaves and maybe a bug or two, you need a little gravy with it. Gravy always helps.
Just add a little bit of gravy. I just got myself some garlic salt the other day, and I put that in my beans now.
Yeah. So what was you going to take, Mr. Jackson, to your desert island food?
Obviously, that's a top secret because I don't want your lot going out and buying it.
There you go. Good.
No, some spam because it keeps for ages.
Oh my! Well, what topics have we covered so far, guys? I mean, we've gone from, you know.
I think there's something in your lemonade, Gracie.
I think there might be. I think there might be.
Definitely. I'm in agreement with you, Paul. I think there's something in her lemonade.
Hey, whose side are you on?
Moaning Armel Amerique from Cameroon, Africa has a very nice compliment. She says, "This is magic." She's loving it.
There you go.
So,
See?
I mean, I'm not explaining myself very well. What I'm doing is I'm just adding some interest of colour. You know, with very runny, blobby paint.
Paul, I'm just going to blame it on Yoda. It's Yoda's fault that Jack Daniels went into my lemonade. Yoda, bad Yoda.
Bad Yoda.
That's a bit stick, you know. I mean,
Yoda.
What would Yoda have on his item?
Probably some Jedi food. But I don't know. Well, we'd have to ask Mystic Udnigon. She's our resident expert on all things Jedi. So,
yeah.
What do they eat? I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh my dearie me.
Yeah, there were some bar scenes in the series. They had food there. I wonder what it was. I think they even said what they were. That would be a good trivia question.
I know Luke Skywalker fed on some like weird cow's milk, green cow's milk in one of the films. But
because Rita says there's something in my Baileys. No, actually, because Rita, I don't like Baileys. Baileys is yucky.
Do you not like Baileys?
Well, it's all right, but I'm more of a JD person than I'm more of a whiskey person than per se.
Look, stick to your British heritage. None of this Jack Daniels from America.
Yeah.
From Tennessee. State of Tennessee.
Yes. Yeah. Tennessee.
They've only just learned how to make alcohol in America. We've been brewing it for tens of thousands of years.
It's Friday. We're all happy, and it's got nothing to do with the booze. We're happy because it's Ian Friday. There you go.
Welcome to Ian Friday.
Oh, Designs by CADPRO says he thinks all the people on the panel have had something spiked drinks.
I've had a very strong coffee.
Thank you, CADPRO. Thank you. Yes.
I'll be having something spiked for sure later on. That's for sure.
Go Team CADPRO.
Oh, yeah. Hey, don't subject to having things later on. How did you get on with your little trip out, Paul?
Trip? What trip?
The other day, last Friday. You went out for a meal, didn't you? After, or you were going to go out for a meal?
Oh yeah, we went to a steakhouse.
Was it nice? Did you have to like
Lone Star, typical American fare steakhouse, Lone Star?
Did you have to wear some kind of face covering or anything? Or?
What happened was, see, in Illinois, we're not. Illinois is doing it different than the United States as far as phases. The United States has 4 phases. Illinois has 5.
Oh.
Basically, we're on the last phase. Phase 5 is either a vaccination or a cure, or it burns. You know, the virus burns itself out, and there's like 0 cases. So we won't see 5 for a long time. So we're in phase 4, and in phase 4 in Illinois, we are allowed to have groups of 50 or less.
Oh, 50.
You try to social distance 6 feet, and if you can't, you need to wear a mask. And even though you're wearing a mask and you're social distancing, you can't have groups more than 50 people. So that opened up the restaurants.
So how does the COVID police know who's with who?
COVID for these.
Well,
I mean,
you know what? I don't want to get into all this controversy and conspiracies, but that's this new thing that I had a rant on about a month and a half ago on this on Ian Friday about this contact tracing.
Mm.
They're hiring tons and tons of people to spy on you.
Oh,
called
Well,
contact
also people
tracing.
tell on each other. That's what happened in the restaurant near me. The bartender said, "Oh my goodness, if I'm not wearing my mask, we were letting people not wear their. We were letting people sit at the bar and once you sit down at the restaurant table, you don't have to have your mask on. But for some reason, people were telling on others, and so they were reporting them to the state. Maybe they're spies, or maybe they're just regular citizens telling on people in the restaurant.
Oh, so you don't like me not having a face mask on? Well, take this, Jimmy. Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, listen, this is my one and only mobile phone. It is never switched on, ever. Right? So I'd love to see how much they can actually trace me. I'm untraceable. I'm invisible. I am the invisible guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. I'm under the traceable realm of the government.
Not really. You're on a computer. They can see what you're doing on your computer.
Blinking in and out. No, they can't, because it's all specially blocked.
Yeah. Okay. Keep thinking that. All they need is an IP address, and that's not blocked.
Well, that assumes that I have an IP address.
Yeah, we all do.
Hello, painting
you know, you can move your IP address, don't you?
Please give a thumbs up. This is a 20 thumbs up challenge.
19 today, 19.
Yeah,
anyway, guys. So anyway,
so let's keep going till we get to 20.
I'm gonna what they call it.
Lightsaber.
Lightsaber it, and then we'll be back to start on the main theme of the day.
And I think I agree with Captain CADPRO, who said that I think all of the people on panel have had their strings cracked. I'm still laughing about that. Oh, now hold on. Somebody did enter the room. The painting stoof.
Yes, hello, painting stoof. Welcome. Great seeing you. Oh, we just got 20 thumbs up. Okay, well, I'm just gonna we'll just see how many thumbs up we get after the 20. Yay.
Hey guys, that's awesome.
Yeah, Ian should dance. That's what Elisa says. Elisa says it's time for Ian to dance.
Guess what Lisa B says? Lisa B says, "To know I'm digging Johnny for the island." Oh, Johnny, that Bono's taking the back seat. Well, that'll be okay. So Lisa can take Johnny Depp and I'll take Bono. We're both happy. There we go. See, it's a plan. Carolyn to be free.
No, get out of here, Carolyn.
25. No, well, no. Oh. My goodness. Wow. There's a comment. I'm not going to say that, Carolyn.
I see it.
I can go topless, look.
I don't think so. Ian can do topless.
Yeah.
I'm talking topless. There you go.
Oh, that's funny.
There he is. He's topless.
There you go. The topless wins. The topless wins 21 thumbs up. There you go. Oh, only on the Friday, people. Diana, you
could get those like little paisleys, and then you'll be legal. Paisleys.
Get out of here.
Can you be legal? Yeah. Don't forget the legal part. Carolyn says, Diana, Ian is painting No, not topless for you. I was referring to Ian. Okay, I think.
Okay, Carolyn.
I'm not saying anything. No. I'm keeping stum. Nothing.
Tassels for Diana. Hilarious.
What? Oh God.
And it starts. There you go. That's all you needed.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
all.
you can-
I need.
Diana-
No, that's
Diana-
right. That's right.
Diana can have the tassels, and then in the background we can have walk like
What
an
about-
Egyptian.
What about the
Walk
shiny
like an
pants?
Egyptian.
What about
Are
shiny
you
pants?
you guys dragging the cultural
Becca?
significance of this
Yes, it is dark
Ian
dark.
Friday down into the gutters?
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, so we've got this lovely background, which
Oh,
hopefully is not overly stated.
honestly, we've
That's
gone
the
from
danger.
tassels now. We've gone from tassels to a shiny pole.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
There you go.
Welcome to the second hour of Ian Friday, where it gets
It's
really dark.
crazy, yeah. And the whole day saying
Let me just catch up with your moral
Ian's thinking, how did this get out of control? Oh my
God.
God, I can't even paint anymore.
oh my god. Shush people.
But I just need. Oh, do I?
Oh,
Can I
we've got
cope with?
21 nights.
Woo!
With
21.
Poor Ian, he's trying to concentrate on art and paint.
And
Everyone's talking about topless and tassels.
and tassels and dancing poles, Yodas.
I think we struck a nerve with Ian.
Well, I've got to say, I once sent a dancing pole to somebody. It was literally a cultural.
Revolution.
No.
Poor
Can
Ian.
we get some tablets for Gracie, please? She's needing them. No, it were people culturally dancing in Polish dancing style.
Oh, I see.
And I said, here's some pole dancers.
Ah.
Oh dear.
Wah, wah, wah.
I know
Chrissy
it's a cheap one, but it works.
Chrissy says pink paint and high heels and tassels. You're good to go, Diana.
Oh goodness. Pink what?
No, I'm not reading that out again. What's he saying me for? You know, come on. I'm not
I
reading
don't think
it out.
you have to go on YouTube with that, Chris. I don't think so.
No, we'll get kicked off.
I'm
Woo!
certainly not saying what Carolyn's just written.
Oh, and they keep going on and on and on.
We take a sit. No, I'm not saying that, Carolyn. No.
Oh, nice.
Oh my God,
I'm not
Carol.
saying that neither. No, the tassels is fine. The tassels is fine. It's the rest of it that's not fine.
Oh no, and John Quinn is
Hey,
going.
anyway,
I-
Diane don't do bikinis because when she goes onto the beach, it's always at Saint-Tropez and all
I
that sort of place. And
I know.
they don't do bikinis on there.
What if you go there? When I went there back, must be a good 20 years ago. You see, oh my God! Honestly, it's like a whole new world over there. It's just
If you're not properly dressed there, they go away, commoner.
They do, and they actually in restaurants they actually have like ties and jackets for like the men if they turn up. Like
You're talking about Saint-Tropez?
Yeah.
Well, on the beach, all the public beaches in France, it's standard to everybody be topless. That's standard. At least that was in the 80s.
Yeah, well,
Standard for everyone to be topless on a public beach in France.
Well, you know French, they eat frogs. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Apparently they taste like chicken frogs.
Apparently, it tastes like chicken. Yeah, apparently.
which is not that dissimilar to turkey. So you could take a frog with you, Diane, instead of that turkey.
No,
take a
not
frog with you.
turkey. I changed it. No, not prawns. I would rather have cheeseburgers.
Yeah, true.
That's not very healthy.
Well, but if
I
you're in
don't
the
care. It
desert,
tastes good. Cheeseburgers, pina coladas, and mixed vegetables.
What about some sort of like veggie bar?
veggie bar.
I don't know. Them
You mean
bars
veggie
that you can
burger?
get.
Veggie burger?
No,
No.
veggie bar. Right. So anyway,
I don't think so.
before we descend into a pitiful wall of stupidity.
That's very true, Peter B. I agree with you. Yes.
Oh, grayscale painting. Look what he's writing. It's going on and on and on and on.
Absolutely with yours.
Is he behaving himself?
Pills, okay? You guys
Oh,
need to go
Tony.
get yourself some pills and a nice glass of milk and cool it, guys. Cool it. Enough of the tassels. Hashtag tassels don't matter. Yeah.
Tassels don't matter.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Catching.
That's great. Cool.
Thank you.
Right. So I'm.
Oh my goodness, we've totally gotten off a watercolor painting.
Yes. The
We're
camera.
talking about what is the watercolor painting?
I'll tell you what. Let's break the rather wild chat. I will say you're very wild tonight. Let's think of a painting question.
They're blaming the panel. I think the chat's had some drinks.
That you guys should wash your mouth out with soap, people.
Yeah. Oh, Mrs. Downton Abbey is going to come and have words with you.
Yes,
about
I will come and have
moral
words with you.
decency.
I already have it, and I've said, as my Irish grandma used to say, I'll wash your mouth out with soap. Yes.
The dreaded bars. So
Yes.
you know what, Ian? I think you should add tassels to the painting.
I will do
I
later.
think we were doing really well there, Paul. You just killed that moment.
Yeah, we're an oasis of moral decency in amongst the dribble.
I want to ask you a painting question now. Right, I'm going to ask, how are you going to achieve the papery, textury feel to the poppy petals, please?
Well, I'm making everything extra wet, and I'm not applying too much paint.
I'm just going to ignore chat for a few minutes.
I've applied paint already, right? But I've also got the paper water on it. So what I'm just doing is I'm just like.
Everybody's going to vote in the chat now. Well, hey, Carol. Hey, it's not my you should ask Diana who's going to get the spanking with the soap wash. This is not my channel.
Oh my goodness, Carolyn! We know she's had a spiked drink.
Carolyn's right though. It is called Fun Friday,
It's
but I guess it's not that fun because we don't want Gracie to faint.
Oh my god! Why are you bringing me into it? Oh dear me! Can you do like? Can somebody send some super chat so we can have a dance?
No. And if it is going to be a dance, it's going to be a panda or a
polar bear.
It's going to be one of my favorite puppet dances.
Naked panda.
Naked panda. Oh, Mr. Jackson.
So in certain areas, it's going to be like.
Let's see. Wash mouth out with soap, ice it with Guinness. Yeah, with Guinness. Yeah.
So there's all sorts of different types of techniques that you can use. You can go like this.
Now you see, that's nice. Chat is now getting to be more calm now. Let's all get into Bob Ross kind of.
Bob Ross mode.
Yes, Bob Ross mode, and in the chat, and you guys can all become Bob Ross like as well. And
How do you know he didn't like a good spanking?
Well,
Oh no!
see now, Ian. Now you can blame Ian now.
no,
No,
Ian,
listen, I'm just here to pose a juxtaposition for everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's my opinion.
Yeah.
You just killed that. I was trying to calm everybody down. I was being super nanny of Ian Friday. I was being super
Nanny. Does anybody watch that?
I used to, yeah.
Do you think she's a bit of a...
I did watch one of those nanny shows. That they weren't. One of them was called Super Nanny, but another one was one of those nanny shows, and I did used to watch that one.
Do you think she's a bit like
Very interesting.
Nazi war crimes person or something?
Yeah, she was. She was a bit harsh.
Just calm down, woman.
Yeah.
I bet she were a very little
She
when she were a kid.
Yeah. Karen interview 3 now, class. Pay attention. Now you see, you're getting into the swing of it now, Karen. Well done. Yeah. Lisa B says we used to live by Blockbuster Pavilion. I don't think it's there anymore.
Right. Put yourself on screen, you guys. So everybody knows that you're still alive while I'm drying up.
Oh no. No.
Go and get yourself on screen.
Is Paul still under the couch?
Are you under the couch, Paul?
It's your time to shine. Your time to shine.
Your time.
I had to let the dog in. Hold on.
Bye-bye, painted stuff.
Bye, painting stuff.
Anyway, I'm just gonna...
Well, A's not taking that long to dry.
He's letting the dog in.
I'm getting into the swing.
Bye, Stu. She's got a cool channel too. And Karen's got a cool channel. Roswitha's got a cool channel. Who else? We have Grayscale Painting channel.
Gaswina says, Paul, where is my food? I don't know why she said that. Why does Gaswina say that?
Because she asked me to bring her some.
Oh.
Apparently. There we go. And there's good old Nightbot. Overworked and underpaid. Yeah.
All right.
What's for dinner then, Paul?
I'm not sure, but what I was snacking on earlier was just some hot dogs with cheese, American cheese.
Have you ever had Aldi's hot dogs, Mr. Paul?
Not from Aldi, no.
Honestly, they are really, really good.
They're the Aldi brand.
They are. They're really, really. I was a bit skeptical at first when I first got them. I thought, oh, but they're not very nice. And then I tried a couple, and they're not bad at all, actually.
Are there many Aldis in the USA?
Oh, there's tons of them.
Yeah, I know there's one where Karen is.
I didn't think it were.
No, I don't have. We have no Aldi's near me.
Yeah.
You have a Trader Joe's. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, yes, we have one Trader Joe. Right. Okay.
Trader Joe is the
Similar.
sister. It's
Okay,
the sister. They're both
sister, but I think they're not the same as all. I mean, they might be a sister company, but they're not quite the same as Aldi's. Aldi sells a lot more different things.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that, but I know that they both are really one corporation. They just changed the name differently.
Because I've heard of people being able to buy like paints and all kinds of art supplies at Aldi's, and you at Trader Joe's, it's only food.
I have for certain bought paints from them. Yeah.
It's a small section aisle, Diana. It's nothing.
No, they didn't even have that at Trader Joe's.
Yeah, it's nothing to write a home about. It's just one little aisle that's just got one or two shells, a few
okay.
things. Yeah, that's it.
Come on, I wish I had
I was looking at a bandsaw today
A
at
what, sorry?
Aldi's. A
Oh.
bandsaw
Oh,
at Aldi's.
At Aldi's.
really?
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
guys must sell a lot more things at Aldi's. Wow.
Oh, they occasionally get like power tools and things like that in.
Oh, we get all sorts of stuff in Aldi's. We get garden
Yeah,
things,
all sorts of
like,
weird things.
you know, plant pots and plants and flowers. And then we get the arts and the crafts. The crafts.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're not talking about a jigsaw?
No, a
Yeah.
bandsaw. Know what a bandsaw is?
Yeah, I know what a bandsaw is. They're huge.
Yeah. This is what they call a mini one and an 8-inch one.
Oh,
They're not the big proper, you know, ones that cut through steel.
yeah.
It's almost like a desktop one.
Oh, okay.
But that's what I want. I don't really want to for crafting. And that's what I want for making Project A.
Oh, your guitar.
Which is getting nowhere because I've just realised I've run out of money.
Can I just ask Mr. Jackson a question? Because we have a question in the chat.
Yeah.
And we have a compliment in the chat.
Oh, we
Yeah.
do?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. You carry on.
CADPRO says, looks impressive, Ian.
Thank you, CADPRO. So just putting a different colour in here because I don't want it all to be like all this. Go on then. Have you got a question?
Sorry. The question is by Alicia. Ian, do you sell everything that you paint?
If somebody wants to buy something off me, they're more than welcome to do so.
Cool.
Well, you don't advertise, right?
I don't advertise. I mean, you know, if this painting doesn't ever sell, it don't sell. That's it. Simple as that.
Yeah.
If it does, it does. I've not factored it into my life for it to be a thing that I do. I enjoy painting, but whether it's for sale or not, I don't know.
So if somebody came into the chat, Ian, and liked your painting, how would they contact you?
On my Facebook, or look up IJack71.
Oh, also his YouTube channel link is down in the description box. His YouTube channel link. But I did never. I should maybe I should have a special contact. Another thing like your hashtag thing that your hashtag name, which is a way to get a hold of you on Facebook, right? I should add that.
Yeah. Well, if you type in hashtag.
I'm gonna put it in hashtag. I'm gonna put it in the chat. I mean, yes, JAX, right?
No, IA.
JAX, right?
No, IAJ ACKX 71.
Okay, hold on. 71. Okay, if you guys put this into Facebook, you should be able to find him.
Awesome.
And that's my link to me.
Oh, I think
Thank you, Christy.
Oh, I think it's wrong. I think I did it wrong.
Thank you, Christy.
I think there's a typo. Let me remove that. That's a typo.
Thank you, Christy Canvassart, for putting Mr. Jackson's Facebook.
Oh, thank you. You know what? I need to add that to the description box. Not just his YouTube channel, but his Facebook. Yes.
Thank you very much for that. That's cool.
Thanks, Chrissy.
What these brushes are really good for is getting those little lines that you get in flowers.
Yeah.
It does it absolutely perfectly. And you just...
Is that a bit of dry brush technique?
Yeah, it's almost dry brush. It's not got a lot of paint in it.
Yeah.
You might not see it very much at the moment, but I can see it in the painting.
Uh-huh. We have a little kind of a question from Anisha.
Right.
Oh, okay, but you don't. This is for you, Ian. But do you have? She doesn't know if you, or if she thinks that you have your paintings for sale on Etsy.
No, we
No,
don't.
I don't do any of that kind of thing. I go direct to the person.
You did it. You just contact him directly through Facebook.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because by time, and I'm not just blaming Etsy for this.
Etsy is really good. I'm sorry, I would never have this. I would never be able to sell the amount that I on my Facebook business page.
Oh.
Never.
No, it's fine.
You're popular. But your audience might be different. So that's you've built up an audience that's watching you on your business page.
I'm not saying this specifically about Etsy. I'm just saying every other third party, they always want a very large cut of what it is they're helping you to sell, right? By which time your profit margin has either made it too expensive to buy, or you don't make any profit out of it. So it's pointless doing it. So the only way I deal is between me and the person who's wanting almost like a commission. It's between me and the person. I don't have third parties involved in any of my painting work. The only time I involve a third party is if it's like for postage and package and things like that, which obviously I can't do. So, you know.
Chat's kind of slowing down now. It kind of goes like really, really fast and then really, really
Yeah,
fast.
that's kind of typical. After time goes on, it does slow down.
How does it do that?
We've had our crescendo of stupidity earlier. That's what it is.
Our crescendo of, yeah.
So I'm going to do another one where you just go like that.
Thank you to all the mods for dropping in the links.
Yes, and I'm about to put it in the description box. His how to contact him on Facebook.
Good idea.
I'm putting it in now.
Only serious people who want to do that. By the way.
What is it that
at this moment in time, much as I'd like to be dealing with people, I've got a lot on my plate.
Yeah, I hear you there. And then she says, okay, no, blah, 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 blah. I have the means right now to buy something extra, but will if anyone else is interested, maybe they will. Okay, cool, Alicia, thank you.
No, I'm not obliging anybody to buy it, but if you want to make an inquiry, that's up to you.
Yeah.
So we're starting to build things up.
How many paintings do you think you have?
Oh, good question.
How many paintings do you think I have?
Yeah.
What? In what sense? What, throughout my lifetime?
Well, what you have right now?
Well, I don't tend to sell that many paintings, so it's going to have to be how many I've got for my lifetime. I'd say about maybe, estimate this, by the way, 3,000 to 4,000.
Wow.
Really? Wow.
Where are you putting them?
They're all stored away in attic, most of them.
Oh.
Ah, in the attic.
It's all right. It's in a safe place. That it's not like a normal attic. It got converted many years ago.
We have 22 thumbs up and 11 people watching.
Ooh.
And we've been live for 88 minutes. So we have, what, half an hour left?
Yeah, and I have to go to the loo. I have to go to the loo.
Skip to the loo, skip to the loo, skip to the loo. Loo, skip to the loo, skip to the loo, Diane.
You didn't have to actually say that, Diane. You could have said, I'll be gone for a minute. I'll be gone.
No, I'm just going she could have got something to here.
I know.
You could open up a museum in with all those paintings.
Yeah.
Well, vast majority of them are not even worth looking at. I mean, they're only paintings that I've used to practice over years and get better. I mean, fair enough, I can go back and look at them and go, yeah, I've made this level of progress. But apart from that, that's about as much as they are worth, really.
Oh, no, because Rena said.
I mean, this brings an interesting issue up. Just because someone paints a picture, does it ultimately have value in real terms? I don't know. Do we have the right to say, this is, I painted this, or I produced this, therefore it's X amount of money? Well, that all depends on whether you're any good at painting, doesn't it? Or it's like if you got a person in to do your house, to build your house, if they were a top of the range architect, they'd be able to charge you whatever they want to charge you. Whereas if it's first time you've ever built an house, you won't be able to charge that, would you? So it's exactly the same with art. The more experienced you are with art, the more likely it is that you're going to be able to sell and ask a decent price.
I hear, yeah, that makes sense. Because Rena says, I'm painting a typical Dutch landscape with a windmill, tulip field, and cows.
It's really funny you should say that, Goswina, because I nearly did instead of this, I nearly did a Dutch landscape like that with two windmills in it, and one's a little bit in the fog. It's really nice atmospheric painting, but I'll save it for another day. That I think.
That sounds good. I'm in the middle of doing a seascape.
Oh yeah.
It's a good seascape.
So what are we all doing creatively speaking? Have we got projects that we can all discuss and talk about?
Is Chrissy? I know Chrissy's burnt herself, so she might not have been able to.
So we hope Chrissy gets better soon.
Yeah, that's one bad burn she's got.
Yeah, they're nasty burns.
More importantly, Chrissy, have you popped it?
Oh, ouch. Oh. Ouchie.
It gets that full sometimes that the slightest knock will pop it.
Ooh.
Yeah, but when you pop that, you are at high risk for infection.
Yeah.
That's why it's better to pop it in first place.
Ooh.
Your problem is as well if you leave it unpopped. It could congeal.
Chrissy says she popped it today. She banged it. Ooh, right.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's how they generally go. You bang your hand and it just goes poof, because it's that full of the chemical, whatever it is, that it just pops.
John Quinn has a good question here.
Here we go.
A question for all the artists: is it difficult to store your finished works at home if you don't sell them? Good question.
Yeah, not as much in my case because I'm mostly watercolor artist. But when you're talking about acrylic, or oils that are on canvases, it can be a real problem. Now the way that acrylic artists and oil artists deal with that is they just paint over the paintings. If it's a practice painting, or they're just doing it as a demo, they just reuse the canvas.
Yeah.
But yeah, storage of paintings is long-term storage can be a real issue.
can be. It can be.
Yes, it is. Storage of artwork is an issue.
It is. It is. It can be. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, for me and Mr. Jackson, we're watercolor painters, so
Right. So there's no you don't want to store it in humidity, right? But you guys don't get that much humidity or whatever.
yeah.
All my paintings. I'll see if I can find them. Where have I put it?
That started to look like a puppy there.
That's why I don't paint on canvas, stretched on canvas anymore, because it's too much. It's too much to store.
Short term, I put them in here, and then after about a year, I individually I get a like some
non-stick paper,
and I then put them in a individual wrap, and then they get put away in special bags.
yeah.
That's a good idea.
Right. And you can get a couple of hundred in that one at a time, so that can take up a year's worth of paintings easily. So
Yeah, good idea.
And Chrissy says she only does commissions on stretched canvas because, yeah, stretched canvas takes up so much room for storage.
It's a great medium to work on, stretched canvas, but
you need the storage
space. And especially if you're talking about acrylics, because if you have an acrylic touching another acrylic,
right,
you can bet your bottom dollar
they're gonna stick.
They'll stick together eventually.
Yeah, Diana told me that at the beginning of the year.
If they're face to face, so they're still when they're not face to face, there's still problems sticking. You need to keep them separate.
I would never, I would never have thought about, storing is a big problem really for every artist, isn't it? I mean, or at least it can be.
Oh, for my alcohol ink paintings, not so much. I don't. They're easier to store.
Chrissy also says that her YouTube art is on canvas sheets.
On canvas sheets, that's easier to store.
That's best idea, really. If you're doing like demo,
yes,
on a regular basis.
But Goswina says she always paints on stretched canvas, so she has made it. She actually has built a special storage area for her paintings. I remember her saying.
Oh wow, Goswina, that's cool.
What's the best?
Yeah.
What's the best way to store? Let's say watercolor paintings. What is the best way to store them flat or vertical, like in a file cabinet?
Flat, I would say.
Yeah.
Because if the vertical paper can if there's any humidity in the air, it can start to make it curl.
Yeah.
So it's best if where we used to store paper when we worked in a printing press is we had about a ream of paper, and then we had a block of wood over the top of it, and then another ream and a block of wood over the top, and then another ream and a block of wood, and it kept it completely flat all the time.
Okay.
NJ Lawn and Hedge Cutting, value channel is a value channel member. His link is down below in the description box. Shout out to NJ Lawn and Hedge Cutting.
Hello, Nick.
Hello.
Grayscale Painting says the majority of his paintings are on watercolor paper, and I varnish all of them, and I store them in a bin. The foam board is much lighter and flat, and he can stack them up in a bin as well.
Just on subject of that,
Cool.
I've come across some oil, right, that you put on guitars, right, that hardens like a varnish, and it's called Danish oil. Right? I wonder whether that might be a solution for people who are working on acrylics. To apply that Danish oil, because that Danish oil doesn't stick. It's not sticky like an acrylic surface is.
I don't
So-
know. Chrissy would know best on that.
I don't know if anybody's ever,
No, I've never heard of it.
but it's what they use on backs of guitars.
Oh.
It don't stick.
Kasrina says that she has more than 60 canvas paintings in a rack, and they are the most. Of 40 by 50, and I have some of 100 by 50 centimeters.
And they're all stretched canvases, I'm pretty sure she said.
And Goswina's got an extended storage space in America now.
Oh,
Yeah,
Carl-
Missouri and Illinois. Yeah.
So that's the best place. The best place to store your paintings is in other people's houses. If you
Yeah,
can go.
that's right.
I just got that. That didn't click until I get that now.
Like we said before, there's something in your lemonade, Gracie.
Probably.
Right.
Chrissy says you cannot paint acrylic over an oil-based medium. So
No,
if that Danish oil is oil-based, you can't do it.
it's a special kind of oil, and it works with acrylic.
I wouldn't know. I've never really ventured into oil painting, so I wouldn't know. I know a fair amount about watercolor though. Over the years, you learn quite a lot. Let me see. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty on the ball tonight with chat though, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Gracie.
Yeah, I'm. Takes you a while to get used to reading chat, doesn't it?
Yeah, you get better with practice.
Mm-hmm. Chat kind of reminds me of like a really long receipt from the shop. It just kind of like goes on forever. It's really slowed down now, actually.
Well, we're getting near to end the show. I mean,
We still have 10 people watching. At one point, I think we had 16 or so.
I'm not that far off finishing.
Now we have a very good question from Alicia. Question from Mr. Jackson. What palette? She says, what palette have you got there, Ian?
This palette,
Uh-huh.
it's one I've made up myself, or it's by White Knights. All these are White Knights paints. Very affordable paints.
Yeah.
Uh,
I love them. I love
well,
them.
wait a minute.
Well, because my
Things
favourite
like
paints, like Holbein.
I want it running all over the place.
Holbein's so pricey.
But, look into them. You can get a 12 set, a starter set, for about $25 maybe. And you get 12 colours, and that's all you'll need.
Yeah.
Don't go out and do what I've built them up over years, several years, right? If you're wanting to make a start with some nice watercolours, just go out and get yourself a little 12 set.
Yeah. That's what
A 12 set of White Knights.
I've
It
just
don't have to be White Knights, but that is probably the most affordable
brand that you can get today.
professional brand.
Yeah. I got mine for how many is it in the big set that
Is it 36 or 24?
I got 30, I got 36 White Knights for 40 UK pounds. So that's not bad, really.
That's not bad deal. It is. It's a
high end of my budget, it's like the high end of my budget. But when you're wanting to make
there's nothing wrong with people going out and look. If you're only wanting to have a dabble and you don't know whether you're going to stick with watercolor painting,
yeah, exactly.
Get yourself a cheaper set, but don't expect it to be the same as painting with professional paints, because it isn't. It's nothing like it. So it's a bit of a false budget, really.
That's the thing. because like my Holbein are probably my favourite all-time paint, but I mean, it's crazy town prices. I mean, one of the deals was it's something to the effect of 24 watercolors in small tubes. They're not even big tubes; they're small tubes. 24, and it was like 58 quid plus £16 for postage and packaging. I mean, that's just crazy town. There's no way I'm paying that.
You always get scammed with post and package.
Yeah, crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, that's going to be nice, Goswina, when that happens, where you get a rail in your living room or family room and display your art on a special rail.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
Like that idea. That's cool.
What you'll find a lot of artists, people who've been doing it a while, is almost every wall in the house has got a picture of, you know, it's like
that's about my house. Yeah, my best art. Yeah.
all the key art and all that what they've done. I don't tend to put any of my art up on wall. I think at home I've got one really big piece of art, which is over 1 meter by 1 meter in size, and it's an abstract painting, and we just put it there because it takes away the boring blank space.
Bye, Chrissy. Take care.
Bye, Chrissy.
All right, Chrissy.
Thanks for joining us.
Off.
You're not the only one,
You
Chrissy.
take care with that hand.
Yeah, actually. Didn't you burn your hand at the when did you
I
burn?
did, yeah, a
Yeah.
while ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's with these artists burning themselves. It's crazy.
No, we've got such busy lives when we're cooking and what have you. We haven't got time to be faffing about, so we put his hands in cooker really quickly. Go to pull it out and put his hand on on the element and nearly stick his hand to it. It was that hot.
Yeah.
I ended up having to get that sorted. And another one, I've done it twice recently. I got a bowl of soup out at microwave, and somehow it kind of like bumped into something, and the hand that were holding the bowl of soup, some soup came out of it, splashed onto my hand, absolutely baking hot, and I had to put it down slowly, obviously.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to like just drop it on the floor. And then by the time I got my hand to tap to try and stop it from burning, it had all peeled off my hand.
You're going to read that question by John?
Yeah, I was just about to. This is for Ian. My grandmother was an artist, and I have one of her huge landscapes in oils painted about
Oil
60
painting.
years ago.
Okay.
But one small area is flaking. Would you recommend taking it to an art restorer?
I'd go and get their advice on it. Now, whether it's worth, I mean, they can charge an arm and a leg. Just say, look, I've got an issue. Don't try doing it yourself. I've got an issue here, and if it's that much value to you, by all means, have it done.
Well, it depends on how much they would charge you.
But yeah, shop around.
I would imagine it's pretty expensive.
Yeah,
But
shop
it
around.
may not be. I mean, there are some people who are in training, and
Yeah, you go to a student in training.
you know, somebody who's training to be an archivist, and they might be able to go to one of the universities and say, have you got any student, you know, people who are.
There's only a few universities throughout our whole country that do art restoration.
Well, I mean, there aren't that many people on planet that do art restoration. I mean, it's a very.
Yeah, you have to Google it. You might have to mail it to somebody. Oh, yeah, he said it was really big, I think. Okay.
Google it.
I mean, it just depends on how bigger area of the painting. What is it? Is it like?
It's 60. Oh, he said it's 60 years old. He didn't say how big it is, how many inches. He didn't say the dimensions.
I
Well,
don't
the
know.
size of the painting doesn't really matter, right? Because he's only restoring a certain part of it.
Right.
Right?
I just mean if he had to mail it off to somebody.
Oh.
No, I mean, even that is a nightmare. You can talk. I mean, having it actually properly sent to a particular place. The people who do the carrying might charge you several $100s just to have it properly
Oh,
sent.
and I wouldn't trust the post office with something sentimental like that.
You wouldn't do it like that. It would have to go through a special private carrier
Yeah.
that is chartered to do all that kind of work.
Don't talk to me about Amazon postal people. At the front of my house, where my front door is, I've got some really nice like aloe vera plant with a couple of agaves in a pot. And every time I get an Amazon delivery, especially a really big box, guess where they leave the box?
On your aloe vera?
They do. They leave it, and I've even put up a little like post-it note behind it saying, "Please do not put them," and they still do it. It's like, "Ugh."
You should pick it up. You're there most of the time. You know when somebody comes to the door, go and answer the door.
I know.
They're not gonna eat you.
Well, it's like every time they always put it on the darn patch. It's like, no.
Right. I think therefore I am.
Minivan. That was a minivan the other day.
Do you know what? I've refrained from doing a rant today.
I noticed that. Yeah.
I just didn't do one.
No, we didn't. John says it's approximately 3 feet by 4 feet.
That's big.
It's not a small thing.
Mail it to somebody that's big.
I mean, have you got a local art society in your area that might be able to
that would be good. An art society an art center, an art association that could give you some suggestions.
Yeah, because they'll know your local area better, and they'll be able to say, "Oh yeah, Mr. So and So down that road, he does that kind of stuff."
Right.
So that'd be my first port of call, would be to try and contact a local art society to see whether they can advise you on it.
Do you ever clean your palette, Mr. Jackson, or do you leave it with all the juicy paper?
Occasionally I do. When it gets too cruddy, I do, yeah. Because it can get in the way, but at this moment in time, I won't take any of it. It's all quality paint, that. I would not wipe that away.
No.
So,
I agree. Kaswina says never do it yourself. She also says
I mean, there's a painting on internet of this old icon, several hundred years old. It was painted by one of the great masters, and it ended up in this church. And somebody came along who were in congregation and said, "Oh, it needs a bit of, sprucing up a little bit." They said, "Oh, okay, you're an artist. Have a go at, just, making it look a bit nicer." And they took it home and they turned it into an abstract painting. Oh, it was disgraceful.
Gaswina, stick around till the end. I have something special for you at the end if Diana lets me.
Ooh.
You're not going to dance naked on a pole, are you, Paul?
No.
With tassels?
Right, we have 5 minutes to go. It's 5:55.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're nearly.
Yeah,
we're
well,
nearly
I'm stalling for time now, guys.
definitely. You've got literally, you've got about 8 minutes.
Bye, Alicia.
Oh, bye,
Yes,
Alicia. Thanks
Alicia,
for joining
bye.
us.
Thank you for the great art questions.
Yeah.
But I have something special on the end if Diana puts me on big screen.
Ooh.
Okay, well, we'll do that. And okay.
Well, you can do it now because I think I'm basically done. Listen, I'm not the greatest of all flower painters.
That's
So,
very nice, Mr. Jackson. I like
take it
that.
or leave it.
What do you say is your forte? If it's not flower paintings.
Buildings and boats.
Oh yeah, buildings. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
I like painting boats too.
And atmospherics
Yeah.
with or townscapes with people in them,
Yeah.
things like that.
Bye, Alicia.
Natural
Alicia.
organic things I
Thanks for
struggle with.
joining us.
Paper Whispers from the Past by Alicia. You do come up with really cool names. I would never thought of anything like that. Paper Whispers.
We can. Paul, are you ready right now? Because we could.
Yeah, we can try it.
Very nice, Mr. Jackson.
Yeah, lovely.
Yes, that's me done. Thank you everybody for being here.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me on your panel.
Okay, Paul's on the big screen.
All right, so this is for Gasolina. This is all
I
line.
bet I know what it is.
Yep.
Oh, there you are. I can
I've
see
got
that.
the frame for it.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
It's brown color.
Yeah, that's nice.
That was done at Hobby Lobby, you know, and they put a nice paper backing on it, and they put the hook. So we will.
Wow. Where are you going to put it, Paul?
Let's see if I can make this happen. I have to turn the laptop.
I'm wondering where you're going to hang it.
Can you see the wall? Can you see the wall?
Hello.
Yeah, oh, we see the wall. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, it's official.
Yeah.
My man hanging painting on the wall.
Oh, it's going to go there.
Put your camera up. Oh, but point your camera up because we can't see it now.
Well, it's on his laptop thing, isn't it?
Hold on, I'll get it.
Oh, I can see it.
Aren't you? Tilt it towards you.
Is it
that
hanging
better?
there? It's not going to fall off, is it?
No.
That's it.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, I gotta get out of the way.
I thought you meant to put it in the European wing of your art.
Yes, in the European wing.
Well, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna hang it behind where I was before, but I don't have a hook. But I wanted to make it all dramatic. So actually, that spot right there is your painting, and it's put down for the moment.
Wow.
So sorry, Ian, but
Little bit of advice here. I don't know whether it'll make much of a difference with it being artificial light, but I wouldn't personally have your lights near it like that.
no, I'm just doing that for
So that you can see it.
yeah.
But they do make lights that go over top of a painting. I don't know.
Yeah,
about
but they are special gallery lights that are made with special light.
special gallery light that will shine. You can put over top and will shine
Oh,
on
my hands?
shine on the painting. You can get them on Amazon. We have a few.
Go down.
That's amazing. Wow.
Oh, this is really weird.
Yeah.
We can see it. It's awesome.
Okay. So thank you. I just wanted to. I know sometimes artists they like to see what happened to their art. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
it will be behind
wow,
me.
that's amazing.
It will be behind on this wall. I just did a dramatic effect on that other wall, and then Ian's will be back over there where it belongs.
And there was no dancing pole, Paul.
And this is my living room. This is my family room where
Family room.
the TV, you know, everything hangs out right here. So, yeah.
That's cool.
Okay.
Thank you for the 22 thumbs up.
Yep.
Thank
one, two.
Yay! That's not good. It's on power, isn't it?
Okay, you can take me off main screen.
Okay. Oops.
You got a much prettier face than mine. You.
So, thank you for the 22 thumbs up. It was a 20 thumbs up challenge. Thank you. I'm not doing anything for it except hello. Thank you. Thank you.
What do you mean you're not doing anything?
I don't have time. I'm sorry. I have to get off right now. I have to leave.
Yeah, I've got to do
Excuses,
it.
excuses.
Okay.
Tisk.
Yeah, where's the tassels when you need them?
Yeah,
Oh,
how about it?
that already.
Yeah.
Thank
Takes her
okay.
thumbs up and then leaves.
Bye,
Yeah.
everybody.
Bye
Bye-bye.
for now.
See you next week.
Bye. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. We had a lot of people joining us.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.